high above, and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon. There is, according to legend, a boiling pot of gold at one end. People look, but no one ever finds it. So we're gonna save that to list as well. So if I click on that newer rainbow and I view and edit, look what it looks like. And that shouldn't freak you out. It does say 37 seconds, but I can just drag and highlight the middle part. I go to view, then I go to zoom to section. If you have selected a section small enough, then it will show up where then you can see the decibels there and then the average fundamental frequency right there. So 235 Hertz. Now we're going to talk about how to save these audio files so that you can look back at them later for comparison. You want to make sure you save these because if you need to open them again to gather data, they disappear if you close out of this right now before you save each individual file. So this is a really important part of using Pratt. So if I want to save, let's say, the sustained vowel, I'm going to select what I want. So number 1, I go to save. I save as WAV file. And then I created a folder on my desktop called Pratt Video, and I've already saved it here. And so you'll just press save. Oh, it wants to do that because I've already saved it. Yes, I do. So let's practice saving the high sound. Save as WAV file. There's your file name. So it's there. So if you change, so here's the thing, if you save as WAV file and then you want to change this during the saving process, it's going to mess it up. So if you need to rename something here, like maybe you want to change high to high note, make sure you click it, go down here and select rename, and then you can edit the line for the name. So we'll call that high note. And then I pressed enter to change that. And so now you see that it's changed. If you want to take something off, you would just go down, you would select it here, and then you would click on remove, and it takes away what you've clicked on there. Okay, so we could save the rainbow passage. Maybe I want to look at that later. And maybe I want to save my ah. I've restarted the program Pratt because I want to show you how to find your files if you have a patient that comes in and maybe you want to compare acoustic data like their rainbow passage to hear how they sounded a month ago versus how they sound today. What you would do is go to open, read from file, click on the rainbow passage or whatever you're wanting to pull up, press open, and there it is. You can view and edit. And then you can click on this middle part again to play it back.
When the sunlight strikes raindrops in the air, they act like a prism and form a rainbow. The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors. These take the shape of a long round arc with its path high above and its two ends apparently beyond the horizon.
Another neat trick in Pratt, if you just wanted to hear a certain part, you would drag, highlight, and then click just on this very top box that you have highlighted.
The rainbow is a division of white light into many beautiful colors.
That allows you to be really precise on what you want to be able to play for your patient. And then maybe you're all looking down here at Phonanium's Clinical Voice Lab, wondering what that is. That is what I use to gather acoustic voice quality index and cepstral peak prominence. So if you go to Yuri Marin's website, phonanium.com, you can download the scripts and he has a video on how to install them. I'll show you how I gather what I gather. So I want to remove that. So I'm going to do new, and then I'm going to drag down again to record mono sound. And I'm first going to gather sustained vowel. I want to record this for about 4 seconds. Save to list. I like to do this. I have them read the list of 6 sentences from the Cape V. but then I will cut and remove just the third sentence, so I'm very specific about what I want. So I'll have them read through these. The blue spot is on the key again. How hard did he hit him? We were away a year ago. We eat eggs every Easter. My mama makes lemon muffins. Peter will keep at the peak. I stop. I save to list. You can close that way too. Then I'm going to view and edit all the sentences that I just did. I know this one's we were away a year ago.
We were away a year ago.
If I just want to make this a new file, I go to File after I select it, and then I do Extract Selected Sound, Preserve Times. But it's named Untitled. Rename. I want it to be CS for Connected Speech. Then I make sure I save these in my file. So this is going to yell at me. Yes, I want to replace that because that was already in there. I want to save CS as a WAV file, and then I want to save my sentences. Then I select Phonemium's Clinical Voice Lab, and I drop down and click on the Acoustic Voice Quality Index. These are the English norms. Depending on the language you want, the threshold will be different. You want to fill in your new information. Patient name, Knickerbocker, Christy. That's me. Date of birth, 10/14/87. Then I'm going to tab over, and today's date, 7/30/19. Then I press continue. Sometimes it takes it a hot minute to be able to calculate this, so this is time you can talk to your patient about the awesomeness that is ability for you to collect these acoustic measures and obtain quantitative data, which is just more supportive to their case than just perceptual data alone, like the CAPE V or their self-rating questionnaires like the Vocal Handicap Index. Depending on the processing speed of your computer, that will affect how long it takes for this to create. But as you see, then you kind of highlight there and drag that where it's bigger. You can find your cepstral peak prominence here. The higher, the better. And you can find your AVQI, your Acoustic Voice Quality Index. It's somewhere between these English norms, 0 to 3.47. Mine was 1.9. What I like to do next is get a snipping tool, drag and snip, and then file and save that. Now, let's say your patient's dysphonic. I'm going to open up Pratt again. I'm going to create a really, really rough, strained production for both of those measures. But wait, I didn't change the name. I already pressed stop. It's okay. As long as you haven't saved it to list or recorded over it. SV for sustained vowel, save to list. And there it is. So you're gravy. Okay, so don't worry about that. Then I want my we were away a year ago. We were away a year ago. Someone's dysphonic. I'm gonna save that to list and I'll close. So you would save those obviously to your hard drive, but then going through to drop down again to the Acoustic Voice Quality Index, filling in new information. I'll be Debbie Dysphonia, my date of birth, and then we're gonna do 7/30/19. All right, Debbie, let's see what your cepstral peak prominence and your Acoustic Voice Quality Index are going to be. But it's really nice to be able to have data that actually looks at the sound signal, not only in sustained vowel, but in connected speech. How many times have you had a patient who has sounded great on but as soon as they start to speak in full sentences, they sound like this? These measures account for that. All right, Debbie, let's see what you've come up with. So you see then that my capstral peak prominence is a lot lower than it was in the previous video. And the acoustic voice quality index is actually above that level of normal. So it's in that red zone. The worse the voice sounds, usually the higher to 10 it will be. So it's always good post-therapy to say you have gone from here to here or from here to here. When you have something that's lower for post measures, you're looking at improvement. Opposite here, if it's higher, it's better. You're signaling more stable vocal fold vibrations. So if you start off low and you end up high, that's what you're aiming to find. I hope you found this tutorial on Pratt helpful. Maybe you've never even heard of the program. Maybe you touched on it in grad school or have attended a lecture with a little bit of information on how to use it. But hopefully you're leaving this viewing of this video understanding a little bit better how to manipulate the things inside it. The more you practice with Pratt, the easier this will become. Plus you have this video to help you. Happy voice assessing, happy voice treating, and happy helping your patients achieve better quality of life. You can find blogs and other materials to help you assess and treat voice disorders on my website at atempovoicecenter.com. Also on my Teachers Pay Teachers store, Tempo Voice Center. And follow me on Instagram for anything entertaining that has to do with voice science, as I try and make research really exciting and bring it to you little tidbits at a time. Thanks for watching. I also can't say enough about how Phonanium makes it really easy to use scripts in Pratt, and how much time and effort Yori Marin has taken to create timeline videos of exactly what you need to do step by step to calibrate your equipment, to gain vocal intensity, to gather ABQI with his scripts. You can download all of those videos and the scripts to go with the free program Pratt off of his website, phonanium.com. Full disclosure, I have no financial interest in Phonanium. It just has really allowed for augmenting my private practice for voice evaluation because I'm able to provide quantitative measures that are backed up by research articles.